If you have trouble sleeping, spend hours tossing and turning in bed, wake up during the night, or get up in the morning feeling like you haven't rested at all, it's completely normal to feel frustrated. You may have even tried methods like homeopathy, herbal teas, or even supplements. And I want you to understand something important from the very beginning. What's important isn't so much what you take before going to bed, but rather the state of your nervous system at the end of the day when you're about to go to sleep. If your body isn't able to slow down, to regulate the tone of your nervous system, it doesn't matter what you take, your body will stay active, and falling asleep will be a monumental task. In this video, I'm going to show you a simple routine of 4 breathing exercises that you can do at the end of the day to release tension, calm the body, and activate the parasympathetic system, and get into bed with your body much more relaxed, in a calmer state. But before we start, I want to show you something that I've been using for years, both myself and some of my students. It has helped us improve the quality of our sleep and better manage stress. And I want to emphasize something very important that I constantly see in my practice week after week with my students and in my classes, and something that almost no one gives any importance to: rest, the quality of sleep. It's one of the best tools we have built into our bodies that allows us to improve both recovery in the case of an injury and pain if you suffer from discomfort on a daily basis. When we sleep deeply, the body releases growth hormone, repairs tissues, reduces inflammation, and consolidates all the muscle work you've done during the day. And this applies whether you're dealing with an injury or if you have chronic pain that doesn't go away every day, even if you're under significant stress each day. If you sleep poorly, it won't matter what your treatment is or how perfectly you do the exercises, because your body simply won't have the time or the resources to recover properly. That's why in the work I do with my patients and my students, rest isn't an extra. It's actually half of the treatment. And that's exactly why I want to talk to you about NeuroSIM, this device you see here. It's a CE-marked medical device designed to stimulate the vagus nerve through a slight tingling sensation in the ear, which activates the parasympathetic system. In other words, it's the body's natural way of relaxing and recovering. Exactly the opposite of the alert state in which most people live today. It's designed to help relieve symptoms related to anxious thoughts, depressive thoughts, pain, and insomnia. And it also has the backing of more than 50 studies published at universities like Harvard and UCLA. It has shown a 35% decrease in anxious thoughts, a 61% increase in vagus nerve activity, and a 31% improvement in sleep quality. And at Resulta, I constantly see that when a person lives with stress day after day, the body has a lot of trouble fully recovering, and that's exactly why NeuroSIM stands out to me so much. Because it works directly on the nervous system, especially on the parasympathetic system, reducing all those threat signals and improving our tool, more important than the one that is sleep quality. I personally use it every day as part of my usual routine, like brushing my teeth. And it's true that I've noticed a big improvement in my overall condition and in the quality of my sleep. Let's set this aside for now. Get a pillow for your head and a mat and lie down on your back to start the exercises. And if you want, you can also do them in bed. So lie on your back and let's get started. I'll leave my link to NeuroSIM in the video description and the first comment. And just so you know, if you make a purchase from June 20th to 23rd, you get a 10% discount. Let's leave it here and start with the exercises. The main thing is to get into a comfortable position, one where you don't feel any discomfort or tension in your body. Use a pillow if you need it, or a mat. And we're just going to place one hand on your abdomen and the other hand on your chest. And I want you to take a few seconds to notice where the air goes when you breathe. Breathe in deeply through your nose. And then we exhale through the mouth as if we were blowing. Notice with your hands where the air is going. Does it go more toward the ribs as they expand or more toward the abdomen? Or on the contrary, is it a 50-50 going equally towards the ribs and the abdomen? We take 2 or 3 breaths and become aware of the breathing we do. We put it into our body. One more. Very good. As you may have noticed, there are 2 main breathing patterns. One at ribcage level, where we expand the ribs, the thoracic cage expands, which allows air to enter the lungs. And 2, a movement more at the abdominal level, which depends more on the diaphragm, a muscle located just below our ribs that forms a dome over all the internal organs. And it works as if it were the body's second heart pumping blood downward to the lower part. Let's start with that breathing, deep abdominal breathing. Let's keep our hands in the same position and focus only on the right hand, which is right above the navel. I want you to close your eyes and inhale as if you wanted to inflate your belly, as if you wanted to fill all the air, all the area below your right hand. Let's take a breath. It inflates as much as possible and then release. The same through the mouth, as if we were blowing deeply and slowly. Ideally, the chest area, the ribs, shouldn't expand or should move as little as possible, with the goal of working that abdominal breathing as much as possible. So the hand on top will serve as a guard to make sure that part doesn't move. We're going to do 10 breaths. We close our eyes, and with each new breath, we try to relax the body even more. And 2, each breath should be a little longer than the previous one, especially the exhalation phase. Let's do it. Hands in position, abdomen and chest. Let's take a breath. Only the abdomen inflates, the chest doesn't move. Exhale through your mouth as if you were blowing. 1, and we see that when exhaling, that abdominal area sinks as if we were blowing. Exhale, inhale into the abdomen. Thank you. Exhale. And your abdomen deflates while the chest remains still. Inhale. Exhale. Each exhalation, it's longer. 3. Exhale. 4. One more. I breathe in through my nose, fill my abdomen, exhale through my mouth, and notice how my abdomen slowly sinks and deflates. One more. Let's take a breath. Very slowly. Very long. Let's exhale through the mouth. Very good. How about that feeling of peace? This kind of calm, deep breathing also activates the parasympathetic system, which makes your body start to enter a state of relaxation, calm, and inner peace. We've done the first breath in the abdomen. Now we're going to move up to the chest, so we switch the roles of the hands. We try not to move the lower one. This hand keeps watch. Up here, we're going to feel and notice how those ribs lift, open up, and then settle back down. We'll inhale through the nose, fill the chest, and exhale through the mouth like blowing out a candle. Let's do it. Take a breath. As much as you can. Here you can really use your full lung capacity. Let it out. And we notice how those ribs sink in until they're at the same level as the abdomen. The air doesn't go to the abdomen. Instead, we take the opportunity to fully inflate those lungs. Since we rarely have the chance to fill our lungs to their maximum capacity, let it out. Slow, controlled, steady. 2. Release. 3. Come on, 2 more. I take a deeper breath into my chest each time. Shh. Filling those lungs even more and expanding them without moving the abdomen. Let it out. 4. Come on, let's go for the 5th one. Breathe in as much as you can. Let go slowly. 5. And let's do one more because I like to do 6. Release. Very good. Great inner peace. Perfect. We have completed a first stage with abdominal breathing, another one with costal breathing, but what if I tell you that you can combine both? That's what we're going to do. We're going to do, in step 1, inflate that hand that's at the level of your abdomen. Step 2, we're going to inflate your rib cage as much as possible. So it's a complete breath. After filling your lungs, you'll notice you can still inhale a bit more because certain muscles are involved. In the neck, the scalene muscles, which are accessory breathing muscles, they're going to pull up on the first rib, on the clavicle, so we can take in a little more air, okay? Don't worry. We're going to start by doing 5 full breaths, then we'll do a few more focusing on that upper or accessory part. Let's do it. Close your eyes. Focus. 1 hand on your abdomen, 1 hand on your chest. Inhale. First, direct the air toward your abdomen. Fill up as much as you can, and when it seems like no more air can go in, bring it up to your lungs, and up toward your ribs. Incredible. Lungs full. Exhale through your mouth, slowly. Give your body time to settle, to relax. Release everything and squeeze out as much as you can. Just like we filled up as much as possible down low and up high, try to let everything go as much as possible, as if you were wringing out a sponge. 1. Let's keep going. I take a breath. Towards the abdomen, I fill it as much as possible, as much as possible, as much as possible, and then we move up to the ribs. We take in air into the ribs as well and release everything as if we were a sponge. Always with the mouth as if you were blowing. 2. Come on, let's do 3 more. I take in air towards the abdomen. I inflate as much as I can, drawing air into my ribs. I inhale deeply and we exhale through the mouth. Two more, I engage my abdomen. I engage my ribs. I release everything through my mouth. One more, I pull in as much as possible toward my abdomen. Take in as much as you can into your chest, as much as you can. Until you can't take in any more, then release slowly through your mouth. Like a candle. Now that we've done 5 repetitions of full breathing, can we try that accessory breathing? We'll follow the same steps. Fill at the abdomen, then at the chest. When everything seems full, you focus on your neck, on the first ribs and try to lift them up so a little more air can come in. We're just going to do 3 repetitions, so it's just something anecdotal, and then we'll move on to the next one. Very good. We take a deep breath, first filling the rib cage to the maximum, and when it seems like no more air can come in, raise your shoulders up towards your ears and use those accessory muscles. If we have everything, exhale slightly through the mouth. The effect this has on your body is impressive. I'm sure it's been years, or maybe you've never been able to fill your lung capacity to the maximum. Again, we inhale into the lower abdomen, then into the ribs as much as possible, and finally, we raise the shoulders and inhale into the clavicle area. Finally, we exhale everything through the mouth, slowly as if blowing out a candle. Once more, we inflate the abdomen. We inflate the ribs. We inflate the clavicles, bringing the shoulders up to the ears. Everything fills up a little more, and now we exhale through the mouth, letting all that tension and accumulated air leave our body. Very good. Open your eyes if you had them closed. Impressive, right? Great breathing work, very pleasant, that induces a state of peace, relaxation. We'll finish with one last exercise that I really like, and I call it unilateral breathing. Now what we're going to do is place our hands resting on our ribs. Right hand on the right ribs, left hand on the left side of the rib cage. And I want you to focus, okay, on your left side. With your right hand, we're going to hold those ribs so they don't move. With your left hand, we're going to guide. We're going to try to inflate only the left lung, the left side of your body. And you might say, Marcos, that's impossible. Of course, it's impossible, but if we focus, we can work on more mobility, more filling of the left lung than the right. You'll see that the more you work on it, the better your results will be. I keep my right hand holding the right rib cage. My left hand follows. I take a breath. I focus on my left side. My left side expands fully. I follow with my left hand that expansion, and then with my left hand as well, I'm going to push and close the ribs. Together. We focus only on the left side, right hand stays fixed. I make an effort and focus on bringing as much air as possible to the left side. Next, I push with my hand as if it were a sponge and I wanted to squeeze all the air out. We go out, I take a breath. Only to the left side. The left arm expands along with the ribs. We release and I push the ribs and toward the center. How many have we done? I think 3. Let's do 2 more. I take a breath. The left side inflates. I exhale. I rest my ribs and empty my lung. Last one. I take a breath. Just the left side we release. I press a little to finish the emptying. Very good. In fact, I have different sensations between the right side and the left side. Now we switch. With my left hand, what I'm going to do is block those ribs on the left side, and my right hand is placed over the right rib cage and will follow that movement. And you'll see how you notice differences in movement between one side and the other. We breathe and expand the right side. For example, my right side moves a lot more. All the way we exhale. We release and push those ribs to close them. 1. And we release and squeeze, squeeze. So there's no more air left. 2. I take a breath, expand the right side. The left side stays still. We exhale and press down on the ribs to squeeze the rib cage as much as possible. 3, last 2. My right side expands, we exhale. The left one doesn't since I'm controlling it. Last one, we really focus on that right side. We take a breath, open it as much as possible. 3, 3. As much as possible. And then we release. 3. We release and push the ribs. Wow. Impressive. Keep your eyes closed and enjoy a bit of this inner peace we've achieved with deep breathing. When you feel ready, little by little, open your eyes, turn to your side and sit up. We have finished this short breathing routine. Take your time because your body has been lying down for a while and now it has to deal with the full force of gravity again. If you did the exercises with me, you probably noticed that your body feels more relaxed, your breathing is calmer, and that you're truly ready to get into bed. And that's exactly what we're looking for, to gradually slow down so that rest can come naturally. And if you also combine this breathing exercise routine with NeuroSIM, the effect will be maximized. You can use it during those minutes before going to sleep. You just put it on, turn it on, and increase the intensity until you feel a comfortable tingling. And you let it do its job while you relax. I sincerely thank you from the bottom of my heart for making it to the end of the video. I hope these techniques have been helpful to you, but above all, I hope you can share the video with those who need it. Both people who are having difficulties recovering from an injury, as well as those who have trouble sleeping or who suffer from chronic pain. You will find the links to NeuroSIM in the video description and in the first comment. And I hope that today marks the beginning of a new relationship with sleep, that you start giving it the importance it deserves, since it is a fundamental part of your quality of life and your well-being. You just have to make it part of a simple routine so those effects compound over time. Thank you again for staying until the end of the video, and I hope to see you again in one of my other videos.